This seems like one of the most critical downs of this game here for Detroit Lions defense, and Aaron Glenn needs an answer.
Third down, four-man rush. Purdy in some trouble. Escapes, looking for the first down. He's got it and more. Brock Purdy with the legs inside the 30.
Do it more. What are we doing? Just don't get hit. Like, scramble, maybe tuck the ball a little bit faster, but, like, he scampers. I think that's the best way to describe it. He scampers. Like, you ever seen one of those little water dragons run across the water? Like, that's what I envision every time he's running with the football. I just thought of that, too. That was not pre-planned. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. And then he does a really good job of avoiding contact. He dives into areas. He could slide once in a while, probably get a 15-yard penalty, He's a tough kid, a lot of grit to him, and he understands that, like, when he's playing at a high level, when he needs to play at a high level, everyone around him is better.
Now, back to Willard and Dibs on 95.7 The Game.
Well, the Purdy party takes another interesting turn. And what's fascinating about this whole thing, I can feel the Purdy haters are like, they're losing their grip. They still want to say what they say. They still feel what they feel. It's not like he came out and did it in his traditional form. And as you pointed out, of his 260 some odd passing yards, 51 of them came on a helmet doink.
Yeah.
So it's perfect because he still had a half where he didn't look that very good. And then he has an unbelievable rally, which his signature plays were a throw off of someone else's helmet and 3 runs. Those were his signature plays in the fourth quarter. And so the Purdy hater is going to sit there and look at this and go, you guys, it's still not. It's like, but you're also running out of gas. This is a man who's played,
and you're running out of time.
Yeah, this is 26 football games. It's a season and a half, and it is now an appearance in a Super Bowl. It's a 4-0 record in playoff games that he finishes. It's all adding up to you need a magnifying glass now to find your problems that you keep pointing out. I saw even Ryan Clark. He put his Michael Jackson boots on over the weekend. Oh, yeah, I loved him. I loved him all along. Oh, shut up. There's no room for it anymore.
Yeah.
You're out of gas.
There are 2 quarterbacks remaining in the National Football League. One terrific quarterback and Brock Purdy.
And Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Well,
honestly,
he's not terrific. He's otherworldly. He's insanity.
Just watching him play in that first half, and Travis Kelce, I like watching those guys play. It's going to be a little bit tougher a week from Sunday because it's going up against the 49ers, but that tandem has got to be among the greatest in the history of the NFL.
No question.
And you saw it on display, but all the Brock Purdy haters at halftime were thinking, yeah, I can't wait to get to Twitter or X or whatever.
Yep.
Threads. I'm going on Facebook. 7 of 15, 93 yards, and a pick. And that was,
And not a pick that I want to explain away by, but his arm got, no, that's a bad pick.
It's a bad pick. His arm got hit.
His arm got hit because he's throwing the ball over the middle of the field when he shouldn't be throwing the ball over the middle of the field.
His arm got hit because the offensive line got dominated in the first half and the defensive line got pushed backward.
But it's also on the quarterback. Like, if you don't have the space to follow through and release a ball, then don't throw it. Don't throw it. You know what I mean?
But that's not how he works, and that's partly why we love him, because he has this moxie.
I know.
Big sock Brock and the rest of it, and so you can't applaud him for making these courageous, oh my God, throws, and then criticize him for trying to do that and getting his arm hit.
Well, I look, just because all of them work or some of them work does not mean that they're great decisions. He was throwing a ball that was targeted for a receiver that was surrounded by lions.
Right.
And so an arm gets hit and boom, it turns into an easy interception. Part of that is absolutely on Brock Purdy. So no, it's not a great first half. But Save your tweets till after the game.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
And he did it again.
Some of you. So much fun.
And I stayed off of Twitter again, except for during halftime, and I made the mistake of lingering on Twitter as the game was getting started and forgetting that Twitter is actually ahead of the broadcast that I receive. I was getting whatever. I saw a tweet from Tim Kawakami, and his tweet was something to the effect of course they go to Debo to get this thing rolling, and I'm about to play behind, and then next thing you know, it's that quick pass to Debo, and he shakes a tackle at the line of scrimmage and runs down the sideline and gets 9 yards, and I was thinking, okay, here we go. And actually it was the pass before that where Debo ran the in-breaking route and then cut it down for about 20 plus.
Yep.
Once Debo started heating up and you saw that Brock Purdy was getting more comfortable, even down 17, I was still feeling pretty good about their chances.
Let's get to more of you, 888-957-9570. Bryce in Phoenix. Hey, Bryce, what's up?
Hey, I'm just sitting here in my man cave listening to the finest afternoon show in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, well, thank you, Bryce. I hope that's us. So apparently, the world is...
That would be you.
Okay,
yes.
good.
You're the one I'm listening to, yes. I want to know how a team goes from a defense that is Swiss cheese to a team that goes to a defense that is the iron wall of San Francisco in 2 different halves. Drove me nuts. I'm out there going, like, what is going on? I mean, I actually turned the game off to give them a better vibe because I'm like, it's got to be me. So I was like, so I turned the game off, started looking at my phone. But anyway, and I also have a thing on Brock in the second half.
What's that?
And this is a well-known rock song that you'll think of the minute I put it out. And here you'll probably play it. Hopefully your producer will find a way to play it as a rejoiner. Brock's got legs and he knows how to use them.
Yeah.
ZZ Top.
ZZ Top. Spin your guitar, Bryce.
Yep.
Came out about 20 years before our technical director was born, but he can Google it.
Oh, yeah, but you'll lead him over there. You guys will lead him over there. You know what it is. So anyway, thanks, guys, for doing such a great job. Love listening to you. Great show.
All right, Bryce, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I do love that part of it. And so you're welcome to throw that out there today. What'd you do to change your energy at halftime? Because Bryce has that thought that we all do. We all have this thought. And it is the strangest, most irrational human sports thought that you could possibly have, which is that you're watching a football game not go your way, and that thought goes through your mind, well, it's got to be me.
Right.
It must be me.
Where I'm sitting, what I'm wearing, or a combination of the two.
I've got the wrong underwear on.
I don't have my right children in the house. I need to get... Where's my daughter?
Right.
Got to get my daughter over here.
I didn't even think that until she gave me the verbal slap across the face.
I love that she put you in check.
Yeah.
Because that's not like you to be, well, I guess this thing's going to be over.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably over.
I guess we'll turn our attention to the Pro Bowl.
She's just like, we use the Super Bowl. And I go, well, we probably got to start wrapping our head around the fact that this is probably not going to happen. No.
No, Daddy.
Drive the car.
Totally.
She was right. We're going to the Super Bowl.
You drive, and how about you shut it up? Dude, so good. It's funny how we think that, though, and it's always the same thing about the no-hitter. Oh, you can't say that somebody's pitching a no-hitter because you might possibly jinx them, but it's like
that I believe.
My tweet in the East Bay has nothing to do with a pitcher
sure it does.
Yeah. You and I will never agree on that.
That is completely your fault.
And it's kind of similar to this where, yeah, the fact that you change seats or you put on a garment, did it really have an impact? Well, probably not, but who's to say that it didn't?
Well, shout out to the people who got, like, either they had to move their seat or they got sent out. They got sent out, like Mila got sent out of the room.
Yeah.
And then it worked. So Mila's not allowed to watch games ever again.
Oh, she's locked in.
I don't know if you know that.
She might be at your house for the Super Bowl.
You got to stick with it. Well, I don't think we're... Anyway, I don't think we're like... It's possible.
Watch Party Willard?
We might go.
A timeout. You're not going.
We might go.
You're not going to the Super Bowl.
Not to the, but to Vegas. Maybe.
What about the show?
We'll do the show. I'll be back for the show.
Okay, we need to take this off air because I thought we all were going. And then, you got 3 kids and a bunch of jobs. And so I was okay, we're not going.
Yeah.
And we got Warriors games to get to. And we've got.
No, I won't go to the weekend.
I got you.
But, it might also go somewhere else.
Sure.
The world is our oyster.
It's great. Must be great to be
The world is a vampire.
It's awesome.
I don't know what we're going to do.
Okay.
It's all an open book. I don't know. Everybody's inspired. It's an inspiration sensation.
Especially on a Monday.
Exactly.
I mean, how many fans out there are going to Vegas, I'm sure a lot of Niner fans are now thinking about.
I bet.
And I need to call my buddy Baltimore Joe, who had a room for me in Vegas, because I'm imagining that he might have canceled his reservation.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about this Super Bowl. Look, if the Super Bowl's in Houston, you're like, we're not going unless we've got tickets to the game. If the Super Bowl's in Vegas, I don't know. I couldn't tell you how many people I've talked to who are like, no, we don't need tickets to the game. We're just going. We're just going to Vegas.
Yeah.
I want to just be in this thing. I want to be cruising around the strip, high-fiving drunk people.
Yeah.
Woo! You're wearing red? Yeah.
So am I.
Well, exactly. Everybody's wearing red. It's Chiefs and Niners.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what I mean? Like
that Super Bowl logo thing died a painful death.
Sure did. It's good. Anyway, but watch parties, every casino, every place is every restaurant, they've all got their thing. You can go to this without going to this.
True. And you're probably better off going to this and not having to spend
for God's sake,
thousands to get, to sit up in the nosebleeds.
They're absurd.
Yeah.
They're absurd. And by the way, the Super Bowl I don't know about if you're watching it at a bar or whatever, but I don't know, man. The Super Bowl is kind of better when you're not there live.
Yeah, I've never seen one live.
Yeah,
so.
I've been to a few, and they're just thank you.
Totally.
Well, the commercial breaks are so long. It's pieced together in such a way that you're very I don't know. It's sort of an out of body feel. Like, is this it? This is what everybody's watching, and I'm here.
Right.
But it's all spaced out in a very odd way that you're not used to, and you don't get to see any of the commercials. You don't get to be with any of your friends. You don't get to eat all the stupid stuff that people make, and you're out $6,000.
True.
And it's just like, wow, this is different. I mean, the way I always kind of describe it to people, because I was at the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake thing.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I was there. And
hit him with one more.
Come on, I was there, and I was the last to know that had happened.
You better be careful,
because everybody's watching on TV, and they're like, Justin just took the thing off of. Whoa, there's Janet in all of her glory, and I'm in section 4,882.
You didn't see it from there?
I'm just sitting there eating a box sandwich that someone left for me, and I'm like, what? Why is my phone? What happened? You couldn't see anything. So it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had no angle on that thing, huh?
A really weird experience, that entire game. Hey, Andy Rooney was in my seat when I got there.
Rest in peace.
No joke.
Just passed.
I kicked Andy Rooney out of the media seats. He's eating my sandwich.
No way.
I had to go to Andy Rooney's seat and steal his sandwich because he's eating mine.
He'd probably gotten there first and had already eaten
it. Totally. Sir, I really love your work. But that's my seat.
Oh, my God.
Eat it.
Seriously.
I almost just left. I'm like, I'm not going to kick this old guy.
He thought it was Willard Brimley's seat, so and I know it's Wilford.
Oh, God. Anyway, that was a funny day.
Great story.
Yeah. All right. How about John and Hayward? Hi, John. What are you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys? Just driving home from work. Heading back out to the Valley. And yesterday's game was tenseful. But I think definitely what happened, I don't want to get into the minutia of X's and O's, but you guys seen the game like I did. They weren't cutting it on defense. They, when they came out back from the half, they actually went to a couple of blitzes. They started playing some man and getting Jared Goff's face and then take him out of his element. And then as far as the offense, same thing. I think they cut Purdy loose and said, hey, you're going to have to start, coming up with some plays on your own. If your timing's off, get out of the pocket. And I think that really helped out. And as far as what changed it, for me was my granddaughter wanted to go outside to the backyard. So I figured, okay, at halftime, I'm going to go ahead and barbecue. So I started grilling all the food. And in order to keep her busy, I had to throw on the old Letter Factory, which is, like a toddler video thing.
Yep.
And started watching it through the sliding door on the TV inside. And I had to let it go. All right, I can't change it, but let's see what happens. Let's watch some Letter Factory. So,
John, you'll never watch Letter Factory the same way ever again, will you?
No, I won't.
Yep, it's gonna be your good luck charm, John. Thank you. Yeah, look, there obviously for each of us fans, there's that emotion where you're like, look, okay, let's welcome this thought into our brain, like they might lose, and sometimes that can be a little freeing. What matters more is what it meant for the play calling and even the way Brock Purdy started to make decisions. This is sometimes when you see a player that's good at coming back, and I don't know if I can call Brock that yet. It's good that he's now done it a few times. That's obviously very important. But when you remove from your thought process, I'm not going to do that because something might go wrong. That's how you start a game. Like, I don't want to make the big mistake. Let's try to be effective, but let's be smart about it. Then you're down 24-7 and you have to remove that. You're just like, well, now I got to let it rip.
Who gives a bleep?
I got to let it rip, and
right?
If it gets picked off, it gets picked off. You can't lose twice. So let's just play. And some guys are so good in that form where they're like, just let it hang out, man, because you have no other choice. And that's what he did very well yesterday. Teardrop to Jawan Jennings. What are you doing?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. It's like there's reckless abandon because you're already down.
Yeah, there's no real reason why that ball was caught. Jawan Jennings with an unbelievable catch because you mentioned it, and I'm just watching it back again. He's running for the first down, and he realizes in real time he's going to be at least a yard or two short, and he's going to get crunched. So he just flips it to an area, and Jennings goes up and grabs it. He had 3 incompletes the entire second half. 2 of them came on back-to-back passes. One was an intentional throwaway over Juszczyk's head, and the other one was a deep throw down the middle that Jawan Jennings got absolutely undercut on. Pass that was over his head, and that's when they had to settle for the field goal.
Overthrew it.
After that, Brock settled down, and the big key for me offensively was they got the running game unlocked. Christian McCaffrey started to get some room to the edge, the outside zone. McCaffrey got going, Debo with a couple of carries, and you were able to make the Lions now a little bit uncomfortable defensively.
No doubt about it. And I got why it looked the way that it looked in the first half. The Lions have a very good run defense. And how would you defend the 49ers? Wouldn't you say, we're not letting McCaffrey beat us? Something else going to have to happen. And they dared him to do it the whole first half. And it took the Niners a minute. It took them a minute, but they got it going. How about Jaime in San Pablo? What's up, Jaime? How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
What's up?
Hey, so let me ask you guys a question. In your honest opinion, I mean, I hate to do this, but if Jimmy plays yesterday, do we win that game?
No.
No.
Of course not.
Oh, okay. So then shouldn't that tell people, the haters and everybody else, that Brock has came in and has not just been a game manager, but he has become a creator, has made plays on his own, and has helped this team. I could honestly say Brock won the game for us with his running the ball, throwing that ball in when pressure's in his face. I mean, he did a lot of things yesterday that, I mean, if Mahomes does it, if any other quarterback does it, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, I mean, they're talking about, they would have put them on the pedestal. But if it's Brock Purdy and this team, they just don't want to give him the credit. And I just find that very irritating and confusing because it's like, so you want to say Lamar Jackson doesn't have the talent around him, so that's why he's not winning. But if Purdy has it and he's winning, it's not him, it's the talent. So I don't understand. Another thing, too, I feel like this time around with the Kansas City Chiefs, I feel like what defense was better, the 2019 defense that we played then, the 20, or this defense?
You're talking about the Chiefs defense or the Niners defense?
The Niner defense.
I think what we're looking at right now, it feels like the 2019 defense was a lot better.
Definitely.
So do you guys think that it's going to be a shootout, or would it be something where the defense would actually step up? We haven't played that perfect game. Have we played that perfect game? When's the last time we played that perfect game? That defense shuts the team down. We haven't played that perfect game yet.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
My answer, Jaime, thanks very much. Jacksonville. It's the last time that the Niners looked like they were on all cylinders.
Off the bye, yeah. Dallas certainly was a game where they, offense and defense, they both were unbelievably sharp. And Philadelphia, too, was another game where, they dominated on both sides.
No doubt.
In terms of...
Took a quarter. They didn't.
Yes.
That was not a good first quarter.
How this game goes, I think that, for strange reasons, the Niners would rather have it be a shootout. I think they're more equipped in a shootout against this Kansas City than they are in a defensive struggle, because Kansas City's defense is good, and each and every week it looks better and better.
Well, if you take the 4 units, then here's what you would say about all of them. Niner defense, greater than or less than it was in 2019?
It's close. It should be greater than, but they're not playing that way.
Less than. But what about Niner offense?
Greater than.
Greater than. Okay. Chiefs defense, greater than or less than?
Greater than.
Okay, but Chiefs offense.
Lesser than.
Right, exactly.
That's why this matchup is so fascinating.
Totally. The 49ers are not as equipped to keep Patrick Mahomes down, but the last group didn't either in the end. The dam broke with 6 minutes to go, and they got to 31 points. That 49er team cannot hang when you get to 31. This one just beat someone yesterday who scored 31.
And I don't think that this offense of the Chiefs is equipped to break the dam like that one was.
Agreed.
Even Travis Kelce, who's a great player, he's probably not going to hit you for a 50 or a 60-yard gain. Valdez-Scantling had the big play to seal the game, but that was his only catch, I believe. And Rashee Rice was mostly held down by Baltimore. So,
well, it's not an over-the-top offense anymore.
Right.
The play that everybody still screams about, Nick Bosa was held, and it was third and whatever it was, third and 18, third and 13, whatever it was. That was Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill went for 100 yards in that game. No more Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
So we all know it's a very different offense, and it is not as explosive. And so the 49ers, in theory, I'd be very surprised if the Chiefs offense came out and was cutting up and down the field. I know the Lions did, but the Packers didn't. They were good, but I never felt like the Packers were, oh my God, like they can't even stop them. They're like, they didn't run away and hide. They only scored 21 points. So, plenty of time, obviously, for us to go over that matchup, but it's I don't think it's an offense that's going to run away and put up a 38 on the 49er defense at all.